Do you think they can win the Champions League?
Man City, they can 100%. They can always win the Champions League. It's just they don't.
What do you mean they can? You look at this guy dropping knowledge. He's dropping knowledge.
Wait, why are you guys laughing?
I think they can, but it's just that they don't.
100%.
It's like a choice. It's like
100. Saddam speaking facts. Onetwo TV, another week, another episode, but we've got one new face, and then you've got the regular culprits in Jane Deggs and Saddam. Our new guest is none other than Kiarie, who is a former Arsenal fan and current supposed alleged Liverpool fan.
diehard.
Take it how you hear it. I don't know. Internalize it because it's fucking whack. But there you go, man. Listen, game week 24, we have some big results. And Liverpool lost to Leicester at the King Power Stadium.
See, let Kiarie explain to us the transition.
I'm just so tired of listening to Liverpool fans. All they're going to talk about is, this guy's mum passed on, injuries. How do you expect to play football when you have 7 players out of your first team that are not playing? It's fucking tiring.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about his transition from Arsenal. Like, at what point did he feel like Arsenal was not it? Was it Wenger? Was it Podolski? Was it Shamak?
To be fair, I was
Santos.
I was an Arsenal fan for time, man. But the period I had to give up was when Emery was at the wheel. Things were dark. Things were really dark. So I don't know. Arsenal fans who went through that period with that club.
Are you talking about the Emery that brought Saka, Smith Rowe to the team, first team?
Yeah.
Because
someone was playing Guendouzi at 10.
Yeah, but that Emery has set Arsenal good for the future.
So 2 years ago, you were an Arsenal fan until we signed Emery.
2.5 years ago, yeah. Emery was kind of the end of the line for me, because I was like, nah, there's so much was wrong with that club, and up till right now, so much is still wrong with that club.
This is an exclusive, by the way.
What do you mean club? Our club.
That club. That's your club.
Our club.
No.
Why are you forcing him to be an Arsenal fan?
We're not, bro. We're not forcing.
Well, listen, as a fan, you watch football to enjoy, yeah.
No, yeah. This is an exclusive interview. We need to know the transition, like the journey of becoming an Arsenal fan.
No, we're not doing that.
Like, but they're quite difficult. Actually,
how we want to see the, like, how did your family take it? Like
everyone's kind of.
He left religious.
Everyone's accepting.
I'm changing my name.
Because
Zoom's
clearly,
like the first person
guys like Zoom still hate you because of that. Like, how did you handle such stigma?
Hate is a strong word. Strongly dislike.
People like Zoom loathe you. They don't like you.
How did you deal with such stigmas? Because we're in a very judgy society nowadays.
Bro, I think there's this. It might be called toxic masculinity, where guys talk about, like, you can't change your teams, you can't do whatever. Football's more than that, man. You can change your teams. Players do, managers do. You can't close me in as a fan and tell me I can't, and I'm staying in some place that I'm not having fun anymore watching some football. So I'm good. I'm good on this side. I don't really like the fans who'll tell you, like, you've done something wrong by moving, whatever. They're still in that mess.
You're not a fan. You're a glory hunter.
So now Liverpool are struggling. Clearly, probably won't finish top 4.
We will.
What's your next club? What are you looking at? What's your next prospect?
I'm sticking in with Liverpool because...
No, if you left Arsenal, clearly you'll also leave Liverpool. Like, what are you looking at? Like Spurs, Mourinho? Do you like Mourinho?
No, you see the whole point of supporting a club. You need to also fuck with the structure of the club, top to bottom. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So with Liverpool, whatever happens, the fans will never change. The fans will always remain as emotional as they are. They love the game as much as they love the game. The ownership group will always support.
Do you think Klopp was backed? I don't think he was backed.
He was backed. He was backed as much as they could do. We can't break the bank and destroy the plans we had for our future just because a couple of centre backs are
How are you talking about your
future? A couple of
future?
centre backs.
How are you talking about your future when you're switching between two central midfielders. One is 31, and you gave him a
No.
3-year contract. And Gini Wijnaldum, who is now in his prime of his career,
I'm living.
you're
But-
allowing
but
him to leave. How is that succession?
Succession is like, we had plans for the summer, yeah. So we can't just break it all up and go out and buy a defender for 50 million, 60 million, just to cover up
I think-
for positions that at the end of the season we'll have Van Dijk back.
But that's
we'll have
exactly
Gomez
how
back.
you bought Van Dijk. You bought him in January because you were desperate and you
We weren't
was-
desperate. That year we weren't desperate.
So okay, what if you're not desperate, why would you buy a centre back 75 million in January?
Because that's a key piece for our future. That's a key piece. Like any club in the world could have gotten Van Dijk for 75 million
But you
All right.
in January.
So Saddam, I know you want to continue this interview to really try and understand the psyche of a fake fan, but I'm afraid we just don't have time for that. I don't think anybody has time for that, to be fair. So what we will do then, what we will do is we'll talk about the game.
Yeah,
Leicester, Liverpool. Were you confident going into that game?
I'm confident going to every game. As a Liverpool fan, you can't help but be confident going into every game.
And this
But-
is off the back of 2.5 years of experience.
2.5 years of
Okay, I'm just
nothing but success. I think we've lost like 5 games. We've lost like 5 games in those 2 years in the Prem, yeah. So I was kind of okay with that. Like, but that Leicester game was just that proved where we are at the moment. Like we're not there mentally. We're currently not there mentally, and how easily we crumbled. We played like champions for 60 plus minutes. We dominated that game.
But I don't think Thiago had a decent game.
Thiago had an okay game.
He had an awful game.
He had an okay game until we started conceding. Then that's when everyone realizes this guy's losing the ball.
Kiara,
This guy can't-
can we just accept the fact that Thiago is not the best midfielder in the Premier League?
Not the best at
Wait,
Liverpool.
wait.
What do
Was
you mean
he
in the Premier
ever touted as one of those?
Thiago coming into the league this year was the best midfielder in the Prem.
League? No,
Simple.
We thought he would be.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Who's we?
Every sane person. What do you mean?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean,
You guys are the same people.
no, listen.
Oh no! I'm just going by what he told me.
Oh.
So on box to box, we had this argument that Thiago
Uh-huh.
is the best midfielder in the world, and I didn't argue much because
Because you don't.
I wanted to see.
Why would you argue?
He
It's
has to
crazy
prove it-
people.
He has to prove it to me first.
I think
Are we
watched Bayern
doubting
last year.
Thiago's quality before he came to Premier League? See, he was voted the best midfielder
That's
in
exactly.
the world.
So when he came to the Premier League,
No,
You felt
we obviously, yes. If someone is the best at a particular position in a certain league and he won the Champions League and won all those things, we assume he's a good midfielder. Why are you
No, I
ignoring
mean,
that
he
fact?
is a
so we
good
didn't
midfielder,
assume
but-
because we knew he'd get exposed.
How though?
How did you know you?
Haven't you been watching Liverpool the last few games? He has Liverpool
you're
have
saying,
lost.
You're
Liverpool-
saying you knew when he was signed.
Yes.
How?
Yes, because
there's nothing in
and-
Thiago's history that would have told you
It's
he's
you
getting exposed.
This was your point a few months ago, and you said he plays a game that you guys don't play.
Yeah, right now you're beginning to see that.
No.
He's
You
not-
say that,
Yeah.
and that's a point that I stuck with. And you said the fact that he plays a way that you guys don't play, he has to find a way to get into that midfield, right? That's what you say.
Yeah.
He hasn't found that way.
Yeah, he hasn't.
Come on, I mean, it's not just him, though. Be fair.
No,
Even Curtis Jones
he
hasn't
asked-
found
he
a way
asked
to
me-
play
he-
in that midfield. You have a number of players that seem
Chamberlain
just
is still struggling.
Chamberlain's still struggling. You know what I mean?
Apparently his next move is right back, and he moved.
This
to
guy is
avoid
like a
that.
40 million Maitland-Niles.
I can't believe we got 70 million for that guy, and he will be
Yeah, that's
absolutely
weird.
shocking.
Good
Anyway,
business.
Allison right now is clearly an issue, and
I think Alisson has more assists than Saka.
for other
For other teams,
players.
yeah.
Okay, I understand. Yeah, but I mean, what the hell was he doing there, man? Was that his fault or Kabak's fault?
His fault.
His fault.
His fault. There's nothing.
I
else.
think that's unanimous. Yeah, that I mean, he should have judged that. I mean, keepers see everything, right?
Mhm.
Now he makes that mistake on the back of the 2 passes to Man City players. Gets banged as well. Is he the number 1 keeper in Brazil?
Yes.
On form, no, obviously. Considering Elson just
Ederson
Pass.
was
The
assisted.
assist of the
assisted Gundogan
season.
in-
The
yeah.
assist of the season.
And do you know who? By the way, that Leicester goal. Do you know who passed to Tielemans?
Mm.
Thiago.
Ah,
Yeah. he miskicked the ball, gave Tillemans crossed the
Yeah,
ball.
but I'm pretty sure
made
he
a mistake.
miskicked it well. You know, lazima liweka mkono hivi.
Yeah.
Tielemans even appreciated
Mkono
that
lazima
pass,
ikunjwe,
so-
obviously.
Yeah.
Are you the one who put that meme of no? That was the benchwarmers.
No, I
Actually,
didn't.
when Thiago is when Mane and Salah are making a run and then
Yeah.
that was funny. Anyway, I just think back to the game.
Alisson's hate. Fine, he's had 2 bad games, yeah. But even in the one bad game,
not bad game, very bad game.
Yeah.
By his standards.
Decisive
No,
game.
not even by standards.
By
Those
any
are bad
standards.
games
By
by
any- yeah.
by
The-
anyone's
By
standards.
the gear standards.
even
Ouch.
bro, anyone. But those 2 games are the 2 worst games he's played in 3 years at the club. So me, I'm good. I'm not really gonna be the one trying to castigate him like, yo, homie, he needs to be dropped. Keller needs to start. Nah, none of that. Still Brazil's number 1. Still Liverpool's
I don't think he's Brazil's number
still
one.
Brazil's number 1. Immediately after
see
he messed up, he pulled off a save no other keeper in the world is pulling off. So it's just as simple as
He just dived.
he didn't just dive.
He just dived.
I think Martinez can pull that save.
Martinez is the best keeper in the world right now. Can you doubt that? No. Emi Martinez,
According to what?
according to stats, according
What
to
stats?
performances.
According to the
Right.
eye test. The
According
eye
to-
test.
eye test.
Eye
Have you
test
seen the eye
According
test?
to anyone who watches football.
I just
bro.
isn't even saying that when it comes to Martinez. But yeah, Ederson is number 2. Just simple as, just in terms of quality.
The difference is Ederson assists his teammates, Alisson assists opponents. That's the difference.
Just 2 games. I will not be that person who a keeper's been the best keeper.
So
in the
you
world
can be
for
the person
2+
that changes
years.
team, but not a person that criticizes his own keeper.
Yeah.
Off 2 bad
That's
games.
what he'll do. Let's talk about you guys because the Premier League is gone. You
Yeah.
guys are fighting for top 4 for sure.
Yeah.
But the Champions League is still alive. Not sure how much farther you're gonna go to be honest. But are you worried that the Premier League form will continue into the Champions League, considering nothing changes in terms of personnel? You're not gonna get Van Dijk back. You're not gonna get
Getting back for
Fabinho
the
back.
semis if we get the.
Yeah, if you.
Yeah.
But you play
And
RB Leipzig
you're gonna get
soon.
back unfit Van Dijk.
An unfit Van Dijk, I think, is okay.
No,
Stick
he's
him
not,
on.
he's
still
Put him on.
not. No, he's not.
Put me
Just
in,
put him on
coach.
the pitch. I think he's a
Put
better
me in,
defender than
coach.
most defenders. Plus, our main problem is Fabinho and Henderson. As good as they've been at centre back, when they do perform, as much as they're playing, we can't play without them in midfield.
Fabinho is still injured, right?
Yeah, we can't play without them in midfield.
Yeah, I
But
agree.
why must you start in the same way every single time? Why does it have to be a 4-3-3 with a false number 9 who, once in a while does something meaningful?
Bro,
I
the
mean-
best managers in the world stick to one system.
Nah,
you have
man.
one
No, they
system
don't.
Look
that
at
works.
Pep
No, they
Guardiola.
don't. No,
Look
they
at Pochettino. Look at
Pep's
Pochettino is not the best example, but Carlo Ancelotti, Mikel Arteta. I mean, honestly, these guys switch things up very fast.
Yeah, he was waiting. He was just waiting. That's what's up.
Yeah, bro. I mean, they switch
that's a
things
point,
up.
bro.
I mean, they're
That's a
chameleons.
point.
You
They're
really just
chameleons.
lead it at
I don't know, it had to come in.
No one's
It
gonna
was
do
there.
it.
The
That's
point
to
I'm trying to
come
say, listen, Marcelo Bielsa said it himself.
Yeah.
You want to argue with the old man?
No,
You're the disrespectful delinquent.
Cool,
as far as
cool,
I'm
cool,
concerned.
yeah.
But no, seriously, why can't he change his system? For example, if you have midfielders who aren't like Fabinho and Henderson, why can't you have midfielders that play in a way that suits them? If Thiago Alcantara isn't a tackler, for example, right? He doesn't reach out and proactively try and win the ball back. Why not have a system that allows him to win the ball back in the way that he usually does?
I just don't think when the frame of mind to like make a system for particular players.
But you literally
No,
did
but
that
you-
and then you won everything.
Yeah, but you see, you
We
have
had
to,
a system. That's a system.
Yes, for those particular players.
When he came in, that's a system he played at
No.
Dortmund. That's a system.
No,
he
no.
played
Are you
at
saying
Mainz.
you guys used to play with false 9 before Firmino came? No.
No, I don't even
Like
consider
he-
it a false 9. You guys, we just
No,
say it
but
false
that's
I mean,
system.
he can't
No, no,
necessarily
no.
speak to that with authority because when
wasn't a
Firmino
fan then.
came, he still wasn't a fan.
Nah, but
so-
still, we can't term that as false 9 just because it doesn't.
Okay,
he's
so
more of
this
a
guy,
creative
so he's all Liverpool fanhood. He's been watching Firmino, so there's nothing else to compare. So it's
I
just
see when
4-3-3.
when Origi plays, let's say
when does he play?
when he does play,
He only starts on cup
But
games and
he on-
awkward games,
And
Or
Barcelona-
or maybe
and
when Firmino,
Barcelona.
yeah,
and when Firmino is suspended,
He's
when he's
injured.
injured,
yeah,
yeah.
And it's kind of still the same thing.
I don't know. Like I figure when I look at Barcelona, when I look at Madrid, when I look at Bayern, when I look at such type of teams, teams that have been dominating Europe, teams that are the best in the world. Those teams stick to a certain system.
No,
Players come
Madrid,
in.
Madrid haven't been playing the same
I
system.
I think for me, what was more concerning, especially after this game, is not even it's you guys closed out games last season.
Yeah.
You are closing games out, and you not being able to close a game that you are dominating, and then crumbling in that manner. I feel like that is more concerning to me than any personnel or any tactical.
If anything,
3
that
goals
should
in 7
remind you
minutes.
of being an Arsenal fan.
It really did, baby.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah,
like
it really should.
It really did, and it's one of those things. Like for us, I think we have the strength in character. We have those players. We have the experience. We have the leaders to like get us out of this fix. And
Personally, I don't think you guys have finished top 4. I don't think so.
I don't know. I'm pretty confident.
Because
We will. Just
you-
in terms of personnel.
I
player for
don't
player.
see anything changing. No players coming back in the near future. You still have, and there's
still
this
have
mentality because now you considering 3 goals in 7 minutes, that crushes you mentally. Like you guys used to lose a game and come back stronger, way stronger. Nowadays you're usually like 3 games in a row. Like you've lost 2-3 games at home, 3 games in a row
Yeah.
at Anfield.
And
Considering you
4-1.
haven't lost since around 2017 or something like that. That is, and I don't see that changing. That's the thing. I don't see that changing because same thing, same system. Unless Klopp tomorrow plays with a completely different system, then I would say that maybe.
Yeah, but
Because an example is Chelsea, for example. Usually they were the same points as Arsenal. So they've changed everything now.
Yeah.
Now they are going fourth. They win today. You understand? I don't unless something drastic changes at your team, either formation wise or maybe Klopp leaves.
Nah, bro. We can't start. We can't start.
I don't-
you guys
I
okay.
don't-
He's not
I don't.
one favorite
I
to be
don't think.
attacked, yeah.
I don't think he's good enough.
You get
Okay,
Kenny-
let's
Kenny-
ask
Kenny
I don't
Stamford.
think it's
Let me
good
ask
enough.
You
another
don't think
question
Klopp
then.
is good enough?
I don't think he's good enough with this team he has because the team that you have right now is better than Leicester.
Yeah, better.
The team you have right now is better than Man United,
Yeah.
and you are underachieving.
But the main part of our team isn't there, and that's the main.
What do you
that's-
mean? What do you mean the main part?
We have a whole spine of the team, yeah.
Which
Other
is what?
than the attack, your centre backs, your central midfielders, those are the guys. That's your spine of the team. Those are the guys.
By the way, in hindsight, of your first 11, you've lost Gomez and Van Dijk. That's it.
We've had a change reaction to that. Now we've lost our central midfielders and put them at centre back.
And that is
so
a-
we've lost players in four
That is a
positions.
Klopp decision of which he can choose not to do.
Which is what I was telling Dex
Yeah.
last week. If I was Klopp, I'll play Ben Davis and
Play all
Kabak
those
Wood.
kids up.
Play them
Make sure
back there.
at least now you have your midfield as strong as you are, your strikers as strong as you are. Struggle Kidogo defenders because if you play Henderson defender, it's not like you're going to be in the level of Van Dijk.
But at least you put defenders.
Yeah, at least
in
there's a
defense.
defense. Yeah, exactly.
Because we're losing out in terms
And that's
of
why I think
pressing.
Klopp is
Our
lost
whole
it.
game is based on.
That's why I think Klopp has lost it, and I think
And-
the best way for Liverpool right now is to sack him.
Nah,
I
bro, you
think
can't
just-
sack a man who just lost his mom, bro.
Just to
That's the justification now.
just to add
Plus,
just,
who's led us to a Champions League and Premier League?
Oh, plus that.
Yeah, plus that.
just to add to that point, Pep, Brendan Rodgers, who else is in the top 4? Top 6?
OGS, Tuchel.
Yeah, so I can say Tuchel, Brendan Rodgers and Pep are adaptable managers. So whatever hit them, I'm going to work with that. And that's what we're not seeing in Klopp. We're not seeing
Raw-proof.
adaptability.
Well, I mean, technically,
Tuchel-
I mean,
with
Pep
Tuchel-
Guardiola works with what he has until the transfer windows, and then he buys more players.
he hasn't had a striker for how long?
I mean,
and
I
he
get,
adapted.
I get it.
He
But,
adapted.
We keep on saying City
no,
don't
you-
have a
We're-
striker,
the
bro.
focus right now is heavily on Liverpool, and rightfully so because they're shit. But Leicester City, I think, deserves some credit.
Harvey Barnes deserves some
Bre-
credit.
Brendan Rodgers, I think,
That-
deserves some credit.
Brendan Rodgers is a highly adaptable manager. And they've lost Justin for the rest of the season.
I'd ask him about Brendan Rodgers as a manager, but he wasn't a Liverpool
I was
fan back then.
actually going to Liverpool games when he was manager. So my whole thing is he's just an English Pochettino, bro.
I genuinely agree with that. By the way, yes, he's good,
Yeah.
but he has this bottle philosophy in his books. He bottles exactly when you don't expect him to bottle.
Why is it him bottling those moments and not Steven Gerrard, for example,
Leicester.
or Luis Suarez versus Palace?
Oh, because we're talking about him managing
That's
a team.
harsh.
We listen. No. Regardless, them losing to Crystal Palace wasn't
They drew.
Drew. It wasn't a player mistake.
Even that Stevie G thing, Stevie G sleeping, yeah? Liverpool had no need to even be pressing for a goal in that game. A draw was good enough to win the league. So why press?
Last
the full game?
year they were top 4. United came from 12th to 15th and came and removed them from the patch.
But good managers
Still.
stick to their tactics. Yeah?
So that you're telling Klopp to change.
Great managers. Yeah?
Because they're telling Klopp to change, but
Brendan Rodgers refused to change. He said, I'm sticking
Great
to
fans,
what I know.
great fans stick to their team.
You just respectfully mentioned Harvey Barnes, and I think that kid deserves a solid mention. What would you guys like to say about Harvey, man?
I think he is having a better season than Saka. But
okay, what else?
because
would you like
Saka
to
is
say?
black, people are just
What's your
hyping
Saka
him
I
up.
think because Saka is black.
Saddam,
no.
what's your Saka agenda?
No, listen, Saka is average. But because he's playing with Kina Pepe, listen, look at people, they're saying Saka is good because he can play a left back, he can play a right back. That's a fucking Arsenal problem.
We're not talking about Arsenal though, but I'm glad we live rent free in your head. We're talking about Harvey Barnes.
No, I have to.
No, you don't have to. You really don't have to, Saddam. We can just stick to Leicester. Harvey Barnes has how many goals now? What, 12 or 11?
I think 7.
I think
In all competitions, I think he has
No,
about.
in the league. I don't know. I don't know
okay.
about.
I think for me, beginning of the season, I didn't know who'd even for him to cement that place because they got Yuri Tillemans, they got Cengiz Under, and I was sure he'd definitely not keep that. So for him to develop the part of his game in the final third, especially his movement in the final third,
I think those were the
I
questions
think
last season.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
him developing that to be able to keep a place in a team that's full of midfielders like Maddison, Cengiz, Tillemans, that's the most impressive thing for me about having
And he's
that.
just 23, by the way. 22, 23 there. So.
The whole midfield is young.
Yeah. And
That midfield is looking.
Other than Albrighton.
he performs in
Doesn't
big
play.
games as well.
He played
Yeah, he
against
played,
you.
but I'm saying he doesn't really regularly play.
So
Although Ndidi
He played 38
deserves
games.
a shout
Played 38 games
Yeah,
in
he
Did
does.
he shine? No, did he
Yeah,
shine
yeah.
because he was playing against Thiago? Anyone shines when playing. Thiago was bang average. Thiago made Ndidi look good.
And actually, they had a midfielder at right back.
they did, didn't they? Yeah.
Mm.
But
We also had a midfielder. Right?
how
But
much?
they won.
how impressive now are Leicester and their bid for maybe a dark horse?
Absolutely nothing.
It's not a dark horse.
Wako too, they're
You
just
see,
there.
They're
They're
not,
not
they're
dark
not
horses?
top 4.
They're top 4, but they're
Yeah.
definitely not winning in title.
Oh, no. They're not top 4. Like, that's their peak.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
they'll finish.
That's as good as
I
they
think they'll
get.
finish second.
I mean,
Okay.
Siko worried they're not finishing top 4, bro.
That's because you guys.
Nah, they have Rodgers up there. So whichever way, someone's missing out for Liverpool to fit in. So it's like someone has to miss out.
Alright, let's move on then. Let's go to Man United, being held 1-1 at the Hawthorns.
How do you concede after 5 seconds?
They're
Ask
dead.
Cedric.
Oh.
They just
Never
did
mind.
that last week.
Alive, bro. What are you chatting, man?
And you end up losing that one 1-0 actually.
Yeah, bro.
Make it even worse.
At least they funga about, man.
That game lost that's a loss to Sam Allardyce, bro.
But shit,
Yeah,
That's
but
Bro,
a
you
lot.
guys, you see, I've had this point. I've been telling Dags for a while. Yeah,
Mhm.
teams should not sign Africans, and West Brom really proved that you shouldn't sign.
No. Wait. There's a second part to this. But if you said an African,
He has to be highly religious.
Like
He
Kante.
has to be like Kante.
when you
Yes.
call him AGs, he's just praying.
You don't need homies like Pepe out there. Like there's like that West Brom. It's because of that United game. West Brom should have won that game like 4-1.
3-1, I think 2-1. I mean, Diane.
That Diane dude.
Oh my god.
Maitland Niles.
Yeah.
I'll-
Nah, that's Diane dude.
But see,
But
okay.
he actually put his fingers in that.
But see, the performance of United and Bruno scoring that goal, that is just United and Bruno. They will lose, they will draw, but Bruno will just stand out.
Can we just mention that Bruno scored that goal from the
Yeah,
penalty spot?
he
He was on the penalty spot
The
when
volley-
he was volleying
the
that
volley-
ball.
his
His right foot was
his
actually
right-
on the penalty spot and he volleyed that ball in
So
the
what
top
you're saying, it
corner.
was familiar territory.
Yeah.
That's his-
that's
So
his sweet
penata
spot.
funga, if it's put on the ground, if it's in the air, atafunga.
Anything
In
there,
fact,
he
that volley kidogo hesitate. They're sharp.
Afanya, afanya, hey. All right, well, I just can't believe United are dropping points the way they are. I mean, 1-1, West Brom, everybody's beating them. Arsenal, who lacked creativity. Remember when they told us Maguire had more shots than Aubameyang?
Yeah.
Even we beat West Brom 4-0.
But didn't I tell you last week that Ole comes through?
He
I
does.
told you.
He
And
does
you
come
asked me,
through.
why do you think United are not gonna? And these are the days where I come to you and like, Ole comes through.
You know,
He
to me,
does, he does.
I also think that the McFred thing is just, it's I think that is what is dragging them back the most. Because
McFred.
looking at it, if they have like a Holbeck there, one guy that can do that job,
or Party.
they can play.
Højbjerg now,
They can
bro.
play Van der Beek. They can play Pogba. You understand? They can play an attacking. They can play more attacking. But now they have Fred who can't pass. They have McTominay who plays with his head on the ground. So like they're good off the ball, but then again, games like that game, United were dominating that other position. You don't play McTominay and Fred in such a
Maguire.
game. I mean, Maguire is their captain. So
I think
he
in
He
terms
doesn't.
in terms of sensible tweets that I've read this month, that was one of them. Saddam rarely tweet sets, but that one time you got it right.
Are you serious?
That McFred one. When I saw the McFred midfield, I was like, this me pata.
No, but see,
it's true. I agree.
But I tweet a lot of facts. If you don't follow me on Twitter, what the fuck are you doing? Listen, I also said Saka is overrated, but we'll get there.
We'll get there. Okay, so United now also out of the title race. Everybody's just out of the title race, right?
Nah, bro.
It's not about their performances. It's about like there's nothing more from them. There's no change.
I think
Both all the teams had no one made anything in the January transfer to push for the title.
I think
City had so many players that came back, and now you see that they have a genuine squad.
These guys do have another level to get.
Diaz was benched, and
Exactly.
they still had a clean sheet.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
Yeah,
United don't get any better than this.
yeah, they don't.
I think they've been one of the teams that has been blessed with a clean bill of health
Yeah,
for long periods of time.
only Pogba got COVID.
And recently he got injured. But even then, they're so stacked in midfield, they don't even feel maybe the lack of his absence, or they don't feel his absence as much.
Such a game does prove how important Pogba is.
Mm-hmm.
Because against West Brom,
Yeah.
Pogba on the pitch changes a lot.
Just like the other game against Burnley where
Burnley, West
Matic
Ham.
played and Pogba was also playing freely, and he had a very good game as well.
But could there be more expectations from Martial, Rashford, these guys? I mean, Martial just hasn't been able to kick on from last season. Last season he scored 20 goals in all competitions, and United fans would have you believe that he's one of the most clinical strikers around. But now he just doesn't look like he can even play that position anymore.
I'd be curious to know those 20 goals scored last season. Did more come before they signed Bruno or after?
After.
That would be.
I think more after.
Actually, no, I think they were even. Of
'cause
course,
if
I
it's
remember in
after,
January
then
they were
now-
still.
Yeah, like.
No, it's a bit balanced. I don't think it was all after. I think it's a bit. Because I remember in January, before they signed him, they still had very good numbers.
Because I think normally you build your teams around your best players, right? But that team is, well, I'm not the biggest United watcher, but I feel like it's so built around Bruno that he has to have a great game for some people to have average games.
It's
you know?
crazy. It's funny because he can have a good game and still lose because they don't have a defenders. They don't have
I also think I know people really credit Iron Wan-Bissaka, and he didn't do much wrong versus West Brom, right? But they get him into good positions all the time.
It's true.
Again and again and again. And Luke Shaw has more of an impact from the left-hand side. But Iron Wan-Bissaka, those crosses get blocked.
But Luke Shaw
Wasted,
came
it
to the
takes too
Southampton academy, and Wan-Bissaka came from Palace.
Yeah.
And there's this whole, for example, if I ask anyone right now, between Martial and Rashford, who's had a better career so far?
Rashford, easily.
Exactly. Okay, I'm gonna the numbers. Martial has more goals with less games.
Better career.
Yeah, at United, because we always hear
Oh,
Martial
okay.
getting bashed, right? Rashford has the same, like less goals than Martial. Martial has played less games in terms of total career at United. You understand?
Rashford's never been an out-and-out striker for them.
No,
Martial's done it for a season.
No. Martial has always been playing from the left. He
Other
was
than
he
last
was
year.
he was forced at some
Yeah.
point to play in the middle because he said he wanted to play in the middle. He said he was remember when he took the number 9 shot. He was like, "Oh, I'm number 9 now." So it's I feel like Rashford's off the pitch, whatever he does, covers a lot of things that he does on the pitch.
Papers
Because
of the
I feel
cracks.
like he's equally shit.
Okay, I wouldn't say shit, but I think he's wasteful. I think he, in big moments, his decision making or lack thereof are very similar to Sterling.
Very indecisive by the way.
Very
Nowadays.
indecisive.
He doesn't know what to cross. He doesn't know. He's just Ako too.
I think
Okay, I wouldn't say he doesn't know how to cross,
that
man,
has
but-
a lot to do with personnel.
No, he doesn't
You
know
see,
when to
if-
cross.
if I'm in that I'm in that place where I need to cross the ball, yeah, it's Martial in the middle. I don't know whether I need to cross or I need to shoot. Because if I do cross, he probably won't score.
He doesn't even get to him.
Yeah, so it's
Because
like
you're
No,
crossing
but
the
you see,
shit.
no,
it's like it's a personnel issue. Like at that point, it's a personnel issue. It's the
You know
guys
what's
he's
funny?
playing with.
What's
no,
funny?
but see, you need a system. You see, if Ole was a manager, was a proper manager, right? Rather a coach. No, not a manager. He's a good manager.
Yeah.
He's a worse coach. If he was a good coach, they would have patterns of play that would favor their strong points. If Martial is not good at scoring headers, they would have patterns of play that favor him running in behind or rather.
And he doesn't run in behind.
I won't put that
There's
on
no
them.
pattern of play. There's nothing. There's
I
the
won't
work
put
or
that
two.
I won't put that on them because of one thing. Like, I'll take you back to the Ferguson days with United, and that's always meant, I guess. He had a method of playing against the small teams, which was simple. You guys are a better team, get on the pitch, win the game. Never used to do tactics, never used to do any of that stuff when it comes to the smaller teams. And you can just see Ole trying to do that with his team. You guys are the better players. You guys go,
Free-flowing.
you guys go out there, just play your game, you'll win
I used
because
to
you're a
think
better
I used
squad.
to think United need a tactical manager, but then when I actually thought about it, I thought of that point and I was
Yeah.
like, does United really need a tactical manager, or do they need someone who channels that emotion and
Nah, I don't
No, they
think
need
it's
both.
I
no,
think you need- I
because
just think-
that's what I'm trying to think of. Like
I think-
United, if you talk to a United fan, right?
Yeah.
That whole faggy time thing, that's something they really take pride in, yeah. Just because they just never gave up.
They had Carlos Queiroz. They had tactical coaches that were working behind the scenes. Yes, Fergie was the one giving all the pep talks and standing on the touchline, but there were assistant managers and the guys at the bench. They had patterns of play. There were things they were supposed to do.
Would you call Van Gaal a tactical manager?
100%.
Also one of the most boring managers I've ever seen.
Yeah, but he's
and
tactical.
For United,
It's
did
a boring
did you
tactics.
think it worked for United?
To me, it needed more time.
Or they need. Okay.
No, you see, the thing is, he was doing something and we could see what he was doing. There had like maybe 10 games going 0-0. So they're not conceding. They had a lot of possession. It was boring game, yes, but there was coaching going on. No, like there was.
Right
there
now,
was
you think there's no coaching
we're
going
not
on.
saying it's
United,
zero
there's no
coaching.
coaching
We're not-
going on. What do you mean?
Against the smaller teams, there's no coaching, which I understand why there's
And
no
against
coaching.
big teams,
Against the
it's
big
just let's sit
teams-
back and do counter.
Against the big teams, his record is fine. They're not winning, but his record is also kind of good against the big
In
teams.
terms
Because
of-
of counter, it's the same thing.
In terms of
Let's sit
coaching,
back, counter.
I'll say I can see some changes in one-on-one coaching.
Yeah.
Like you can see Luke Shaw getting forward and there's an improvement there. Wan-Bissaka last year he was almost like Valencia, fake left, go right. Nowadays at least he tries to whip the ball in. So
He still
there-
cannot cross.
He can't cross, that's true. But the one-on-one coaching, you're seeing some changes in a few
Well,
players.
Maybe
But
he
do you
should
see-
move back
do you
to
see changes in
coaching
Maguire?
staff.
Luke Shaw, Maguire cannot be coached.
Fred, is there any changes in Fred?
Fred cannot.
No,
be
I'm
coached.
talking about with the ball. Listen,
I'm talking about I'm talking about
majority-
Luke Shaw. I'm talking about Shaw
majority
and
of this,
Wan-Bissaka.
majority of these
specifically.
players, they are clueless when they have the ball. They only hope that Bruno
Oh,
does.
so I agree.
Yes.
I agree with you in terms of coaching as a team. I'm talking about one-on-one coaching because you can see certain bits of improvement, like in Shaw and in Wan-Bissaka.
I think I understand what you guys are trying to say, because I think with OGS, when you look at United, especially as Arsenal fans, right?
He said,
No, but seriously, when you compare their front players, all they have to do is just play. They don't need patterns of play because they have that talent of taking on defenders, one-touch football, and suddenly they have a chance. So you guys are suggesting that was more down to the players than it was down to OGS.
yeah, 100%.
100%.
Listen. If you have coaching going on, that's when you win games. Like, how many games have United won simply because of individual brilliances? So many, almost
Yeah, too
80%.
many,
Yeah, most of the
But-
games.
Yeah,
Most of the games
most of the
against them,
games, Sindio. And when
if it's
when
not Bruno, it's Pogba.
when they're playing
You
a
know what I mean?
game
Or
that
Rashford.
you
It's
can
one-
see,
it's one
when
of
they're
the
playing a
three.
game that you can see, it's difficult. Like
McTominay.
whatever they're doing, those there's nothing is working individually. You expect now having patterns of play. Also, sometimes you see someone like Cavani instructing other strikers, make run hivi, kimbia hivi, because the coach is not doing anything.
Actually, even Bruno does that a lot.
Bruno is coaching, Cavani is coaching. there was
I don't know. Personally, I think United will be a better team without Bruno. But
What?
Team.
without Bruno, a better team without Bruno.
Ah, I see.
But it's
I
more of like
see.
right
No,
now.
United without Bruno is now Arsenal.
No,
I agree with
It
that.
is Arsenal.
I think
It is
that
number
also-
10, number
I think
11,
that
because-
also- I think what you said is true, but at the same time, what he's saying is true. Without Bruno, it's a completely different team.
Remember, without Bruno, walikuwa page 2.
Hakuna msali never Pogba JP opportunity as much as people
Oh my
say-
God. Are you
This is
serious?
as much as
You're
people
not gonna drag us into
Nah,
a
nah,
Pogba
nah,
discussion, Kiari.
I'm not making it a Pogba discussion, but this Bruno thing, Bruno came in and the whole team decided, yeah, we're gonna build United around Bruno. Yeah?
He's their best player.
Rightfully
He's
so.
not the best player, just in terms of what, just in terms of production, yeah, not in terms of talent, not in terms of
That's what makes the
What do you
best
mean?
players.
Production is exactly why you get players.
production, right? And that's been my argument with Bruno the whole season, yeah.
That's a terrible argument.
He's okay. He's a good player. I wouldn't take that away from him. The fact that he was playing in Portugal up till he was 25, 26, that just proves he wasn't really the elite talent that he was meant to be.
That's
So
harsh.
he was just
That's harsh.
25, 26, he's still in Portugal. Bruh, if you were that good, someone would have snapped you up at least by 23. I think that's...
I mean, Gaucho started playing proper when he was 25. Ian Wright.
Gaucho started playing proper when he was conceived, bro.
No,
Don't
Gaucho
even-
was
don't
balling.
even try.
Listen, no.
Yeah.
Ian Wright started playing for Arsenal when he was 28 and left
Ian
as the
Wright-
top scorer.
Ian Wright's
of
a
Arsenal.
different story.
So,
That's, Ian
that's
Wright's
your,
a different
your
story.
argument.
With a Bruno thing, it's as simple as he gets all the balls, yeah? All those assists, he has some of the wackest assists I've seen in the Premier League. It's not
by
that's
winning
not,
a penalty.
That's he's won a penalty. He's passed it outside to McTominay. McTominay has blasted the ball into the top corner. That's an assist. He's passed it to Drew where
I'm a
Wait,
free kick.
wait.
Keeper
Yeah.
parries it.
So,
Assist.
no, you see that his point. Ian Taka, the Firmino back pass assist.
CEO,
and
me
then,
Ataka.
and then you end up losing 4-1 or 3-1.
See,
Okay.
CEO.
We can see
Alright,
your
fair
point.
enough, man. Well,
We see your point. You're very smart.
Hapana,
Where
anataka
I'm
tu
at
cheza
with
ball.
United, where I'm at with United, especially OGS, is I just need to see more. You've been there, what, 2.5
More
years
of
now?
what?
Two? I just...
Of
No, as
what?
in, I don't need to see more of him. I need to see more out of him.
Oh, but do you think after 2 years that's gonna change?
But see, the thing is,
Where?
can't
Coming
say.
from where?
I can't speak to that.
fun fact is, OG's contract in Asia in 18 months, I believe.
I renew
And Pochettino's contract also ending in 18 months. So
You're not-
both of them will be out of job at the same time. Pochettino and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
So then Pochettino takes his rightful place as United
Ideally,
manager.
with
All right, fair
Asian
enough. City, bro, you guys must be jealous. That's how you win back your title now, you see. So next season when you're trying to win back your title,
We'll get it back.
just learn a few lessons from Pep Guardiola and them.
We'll get it back.
3-0, and a lot of fans will have you believe, or at least Mourinho will have you believe, that game was decided by a foul on Højbjerg, which was deemed a penalty by Højbjerg.
That was a foul. That was on Højbjerg. Because he was, it's a foul.
How do you see it, Jade Nix?
I think Jose Mourinho is washed.
Okay, so you just don't want to discuss the
He's
penalty.
just-
You
he's
just want to discuss.
Excuses, bro.
Let's just talk
Every
about Mourinho.
single day, we're just getting fresh excuses.
That was a Højbjerg foul.
It's-
Clear
it-
Højbjerg
It's
foul.
fine.
Wasn't-
Even if those guys will have scored more goals, Tottenham were not. At what point did you ever feel like City are under pressure and are going to?
But they're
might not
playing
win
the
this
best
game?
team in the world.
But that's what I'm saying. We've said this with Mourinho, even against
We just-
damn
Majority,
Newcastle.
everyone,
We're just going to act
everyone.
like Bayern doesn't
No.
Against
exist.
New,
It does not exist. by the
against
way.
New,
It does not.
against Newcastle, he was saying the same things. They lost against Newcastle, right? They had less possession than Newcastle. They had less shots than
No,
Newcastle.
they drew against Newcastle.
With which game did they lose?
There's a number. We have to choose.
No, recently. There's a game
Recently,
they
we've
lost.
lost
I think it was Newcastle.
Brighton, bro.
Brighton,
1-0,
sorry.
yeah.
It was Brighton.
That was
Brighton made what's his
Also
name?
Liverpool.
Brighton should have won 3-0.
He
or
really
some shit
made
like
that guy look average. And this is
Brighton
starting to
outplayed
happen a
them.
lot. This is starting to happen a lot with Mourinho.
Brighton had just beaten Liverpool. Brighton was a good team. What do you mean?
They're still...
Beating
They're
Liverpool
still- are they
isn't the
16th
measure
or
of a
17th?
good team this season.
Are they 16th or
They-
17th?
You're
They
right,
beat the
yeah, 'cause
champions.
you guys are
Are they
that shit.
16th or 17th?
We're really bad.
Some of them.
Yeah, like this is happening a lot with Mourinho. He's being dominated in games.
No, but all the losses have been individual errors. Literally, the 3-0 against Liverpool was 3 individual errors. The 1-0 against Chelsea, right?
They didn't lose to
No,
Chelsea.
yeah, the Vanna penalty. See, Vanna considered a penalty. I mean, got a
Tottenham,
penalty.
you mean? Sorry, yeah.
Look at what Spurs.
Yeah, no.
So is that a coaching issue?
No, it's not coaching. It's player problem.
So that's what
It's not a Mourinho problem. It's
I
players are making mistakes.
Just on that Mourinho's washed comment, I think if you consider Mourinho washed, you have to look at Carlo Ancelotti and suggest that he's also washed.
No.
No, both guys
That's
are
why
not
I'm
washed
saying it's
because
inconsistent.
they're doing all these things
With
with
who?
really average teams.
No, both of them haven't gotten their players. Like,
But have you
fully
watched
gotten their players.
who? Who do
Everton,
Spurs lack?
Everton and Spurs.
Who do they lack?
I mean, a defender. They lack a right
They
back.
don't have a defender, by the way. They
They
have
lack a
Dyer,
right
who's a
back.
midfielder, and they have some other kid
So
called
whose
Rondo.
fault is that?
No,
What do you mean?
nobody's
This-
saying.
We're not
nobody's
saying who.
pointing
No,
fingers.
listen, it's not.
Diggs.
It's the
You
club's
guys
fault.
are really saying Tottenham don't have defenders?
They don't
Yeah,
have
they
defenders.
don't, man. Did you see what
Tell
Davinson
me.
Sanchez was doing,
Bruh,
bro?
if we had Sanchez and Alderweireld, we'd have been at least second.
Let me ask you a question. If
Did you
you're,
see Jerome Boateng
let me
tribute?
ask you a question.
You didn't see the Jerome
Let
Boateng
me ask
tribute?
you a question.
It was a,
If
it
you
was a
watch
Phil
that,
Jones one because of
that
that.
Amazon Prime documentary,
Huh.
one of the biggest things he actually signed off is Vertonghen to leave.
Yes.
As opposed to what he was washed.
Yeah, but they didn't sign anyone. That's part of his job.
How
he has
is-
to tell the guy.
No, look at this guy. So because
Bro,
he
this
doesn't
man
want this
just-
guy, they've already sold him. It's the. Do you know what? Who Daniel Levy is?
Yes, but he's been
He's
hired.
the
He's
guy
been
that-
hired as a manager,
No,
not a coach.
No.
Nah, he's a head
still,
coach.
Still.
He's a head coach.
No,
but
no, no.
you can
No,
tell me he
so-
doesn't have a say in who
No,
they sign.
he does.
he can choose, but he has to be given options. He
Okay.
doesn't just say, I
Why
want
did they
this
do it
person.
in January then?
And also, I mean,
even this guy signed.
You're an Arsenal
Kabak
fan.
and-
You're an Arsenal fan. You
Yeah.
know everything about the financial struggles of having built a new stadium.
Yeah.
So maybe they just didn't have the financial muscle.
Give me 3 Tottenham defenders today.
Let me. Have you watched
Bro,
a
you
Spurs?
take
Have you,
anything.
no, no,
And-
no,
and-
no, no,
and
no.
if I
To be honest, have you watched a Spurs game recently?
Yes.
How did you feel after you watched the game?
Individual mistakes.
Dull.
Exactly my point. Like
Individual
they're
mistakes.
not, they're not doing anything.
The lack of an offense, yeah? Is that an individual mistake or is that just coaching?
The lack of
They
what?
can't attack.
What do you mean? Who's the top? Who's the most assist? How many goals
I'm
has Son
not
and Kane
going to
have?
say assist.
You're asking me
Those
sorry
are-
attack. Son and Hurricane are top 3 boss.
Actually,
in
Hurricane
scoring and
assists,
assist.
Hurricane assists are like Bruno's assist to Son.
No,
Whoever
no,
gets the assist
absolutely.
does magic.
Regardless, Son and Hurricane have the most goals combination in the whole league.
Yeah, that's fine.
Most
So
goals
what are
is
you
an
talking about attacking?
That's
They can't
fine.
attack.
They
Because
can't
some
because
people-
when Kane
How
got
are they not
injured, they were
attacking
not
and they have all
winning.
those goals?
They have the most goals because they're the only 2 people scoring in that team. That team
The
has
moment,
no other goals.
the moment Kane got
Is
injured,
Kane and Son Spurs players?
Yeah, but
So
that's,
Spurs are attacking.
when Kane got injured, what happened?
and most of those goals were in the first 10
no,
games of the season.
When Kane got injured, what happened to Spurs?
It was dead.
What do you mean?
They were not scoring.
One game.
No,
He missed.
a few games.
missed.
It was
Three or
like
four
3.
They
days.
didn't. They were not winning. They were not scoring. They're not getting shots on target. That's what the Brighton game comes about. They were not
I think even
creating
before
any
Brighton.
chances.
Even before
They-
Brighton, remember Wolves?
And if you're going to say individual brilliance, that's one team we cannot forget.
Anyway, I can't suggest that he's washed because I mean, simply put, he just hasn't been given the financial backing.
100%.
That's something you cannot disagree with. I mean, how much money did they actually
Lamela is
spend?
not good enough.
Region was 26 million pounds
Yeah,
thereabouts.
only regular, and then the other is
And
just
the rest
loans
was-
and
see,
on
they went
loan,
and
yeah.
got Bale. See, they went and got Bale.
On
it's
loan.
a loan though.
See, they
I mean,
went and
shit.
got-
But again, Bale, yeah, this is why the Mourinho being washed bit is factual.
Uh-huh.
Dele Alli is not playing.
He was crap during Pochettino the last 2-3
Yeah,
years.
I don't rate.
What are you
Dele
talking
Alli,
about?
man. I wouldn't take him anywhere. Dele Alli is
Then
not a
you're
good
talking about
attacking
Dele Alli of
midfielder.
4 years ago, 5 years ago. He
Dele
has
Alli-
never been the same, even under Pochettino.
Dele Alli, he requires that type of coaching.
No,
where it's
you
like,
fuck
yo,
that shit. Hiyo mnakushikwa rasa
Yeah,
inaenda
around
kizamani
the
hiyo.
I'm around the shoulder. Where,
Ati kushikwa what?
Anataka ndakupapaswa papaswa. Enda Mombasa, sikiza. Bale was shit at Madrid.
Bale the
Zidane
same
was
thing.
fighting. Listen, Zidane alikuwa hamtaki.
Okay, let me ask you a
Unanipata?
question.
Zidane
Let me-
Zidane can hit.
Those 2 players are still shit here.
let me
So
ask
what
you a
has
question.
changed?
Let me ask you a question. If after seeing Bale at Real, would you have signed off, just you personally, would you have signed off on re-signing him on loan?
It's a loan. I would
no,
take
no,
the
I'm
chance.
just asking you as a manager.
Listen, I would take a chance because that is one scenario. I don't know if he's the one who's at fault. Aman is done. It's a chance I have to take.
Zizou.
It's when he came, we all thought Bale will do good. Senor.
No, you're the only one who thought
No,
that.
we
I
no,
did.
No,
I
no,
still
I
do.
didn't.
I
I
still
didn't
think
expect
Bale
that.
is a
After those
quality
3
player.
years, after 3 years of
Why?
playing
Because
golf,
he's
why-
very-
Listen, who Jama, by the way, he's such a he can see the future. I don't understand how you're an Arsenal fan.
I hate Spurs. But
you're so good and seeing all the wrong things when you're supporting Arsenal.
no. But
So
think
what?
about
now,
it.
now we're not allowed to comment.
How
Now we're not allowed to
Yo,
comment
yo,
because Arsenal is
did
shit.
you see you being 12th?
how can you
Oh, so you saw you being 12th.
We are
Nah,
friends.
see, you invited this guy
So
here
you
to give
chose-
options.
So So he chose to support Arsenal, knowing because he can see everything, knowing they're gonna be 12.
I'm a fan.
I don't
bro.
understand.
I'm a fan.
Okay.
Yeah? I'm a
So
fan.
okay,
Yeah.
but the thing is, Bell, we majority of the people who had brains thought he was gonna come and at least be better. Be
And
better than.
I think that
be
shows the
be
people
anything.
with brains.
After
that
3
they
years,
shouldn't-
after 3 years of playing golf, how are you going to just all of a sudden come and change that team?
This is the whole thing about Bale. As much as guys will say Bale is not performing, he's not doing anything, Bale has not been given the opportunity to showcase who he is. He's never even gotten a chance
He's
to
not
have that
trusted.
one
He's
sprint
not trusted.
that he usually gets.
He's not
I'm
trusted.
sure he performs awful in training. There's no way. There's no way you
Do
can
you think
start when
Mourinho
you're just.
attacked him in that training clip? He asked him, "Hey, if you want to play ball, you better do something.
Yeah, or
unless
you
we
go
send
back."
to Real Madrid." The guy must have been shit or not doing enough.
Yeah.
Those type of Mourinho isn't the type of manager who can coach someone back into form. He needs you being on top of your game.
That whole
And
thing.
get-
Luke Shaw is performing well now because of what Mourinho did to him.
Let's talk about City. Let's talk about City, guys. Gundogan apparently should be player of the year.
Easy.
Yeah, assuming Bruno is playing golf.
Who's had a better year?
Bruno.
Minus
How?
penalties.
Gundogan started playing well in December.
Gundogan is gonna win a
December.
trophy. Hey, Gundogan is gonna win
Doesn't
a trophy.
matter. That has never been a factor.
He's going
What
to
do you
win a
mean?
trophy.
How did Van
gonna-
Dijk become the best player last year before when City won? What are you talking about?
Won
It
Champions
was a
League.
sympathy.
No,
vote.
but it's a Premier League player of the year. We're
They
talking
were
about
the
player of
best
the year in the
losers.
Premier
Give
League.
them something.
Van Dijk
right?
was given and he didn't win anything.
Yeah,
Well,
they were the
points.
best losers. Give them something.
Won 97 points, I think.
Bruno's numbers are ridiculous. Bruno is the best player in the world right now. Bruno is getting Ballon d'Or. Tell me who.
All right,
okay,
let's
who's-
talk about
who's
City,
contesting?
man. Because the fuck is this guy on about?
Listen, who's better?
No.
Who's better?
We're not
Tell me,
discussing.
give me a name.
No. We're not
It's
discussing
good,
that.
man. It's
We're
good.
not discussing that.
Pepe? I don't think so.
Who the fuck? Why would you even mention Pepe?
No, I'm just saying because you're not giving anyone. I don't think Pepe is better than Bruno.
I think for once you've said something correct. One time, mashallah, good for you.
Okay.
Now let's talk about City because I know they're complete title contenders, but Saddam just mentioned them as the best team in the world right now. Because Chiari, you said Bayern have stopped playing football.
Bayern, it's like Bayern have stopped. I don't
Okay.
think.
Do you think they can win the Champions League?
Man City, they can 100%. They can always win the Champions League. It's just they don't.
What do you mean they can? He's dropping knowledge. He's dropping knowledge.
Wait, why are you guys laughing?
I think they can, but it's just that they don't.
100%.
It's like a choice. It's like
100. Saddam speaking facts. I think that should be that's gonna wrap it up for the Man City conversation. They can win the Champions League. It's just that they don't.
Now,
I think we need to appreciate how these guys are just playing football. Like it's just watching that team. In as much as you may not like it, it's just a joy to watch. Like
there's
he's
something.
dismantling teams. He's making
Bro.
coaches look average.
That
He's
defense.
not the only
Their
one who's not
defense,
gonna
bro.
like
Their
it.
He's
defense.
making-
The
That
way they're
defense.
defending.
He's
It's
making,
not- it's not-
he's attacking, he's
By the
pressing.
way,
It's just
about the defense index. You guys are mentioning it right now. Is it the form of Stones and Diaz or Laporte or whatever, or is it because these men are actually protected by the two fullbacks?
no.
Tucking
That's what we were talking earlier about Mourinho and defensive transition. Yeah, when we lose the ball, what is our structure? And that is something he has drilled into that team. When those guys have the ball, they have a 3-2 formation. That like 3-2 from midfield backwards. And the beauty about that is the moment they lose the ball, one of the two is actually Kyle Walker or Cancelo or someone who's actually quick, right? But you'll never beat them through the middle. You have to go through your wings.
Yeah.
By the time you're going through your wings, these guys are already set up, and at the same time they're pressing you up front. So they're very effective. The defensive transition, their structure it's just a joy to watch, man. It's like
If to me, if City win the league, Diaz will be a better signing than Van Dijk was to Liverpool.
How though? He literally didn't play yesterday, bro.
Triggered.
Nah, he didn't play
Hey,
against.
my guy was. Can you just calm down?
Nah, that's pretty
Just
blasphemous,
calm down.
man.
It's an opinion. It doesn't make
That's a
anything real.
blasphemous opinion. yeah.
Considering the price and the age,
what was
and
the price?
60.
lower than Van Dijk,
and younger.
and young. He's 23.
22.
Cool.
22, right?
Yeah.
22 and a half.
Yeah,
And
turning 23. That's how it usually works. Once you're 22, the next step is 23.
no way, 22.
Wallah,
Not
wallah.
24.
I'm serious. No, it's 20. You can't jump, Saddam. That's just.
Fuck.
Anyway.
Now, what I was saying, Liverpool. Man City's main problem for the whole of last year was defense.
Because
So-
they couldn't replace Company.
they have conceded 13 goals.
And they also didn't have Laporte. last
Yeah,
year.
yeah, exactly. So
Oh, so
imagine
now
signing,
it's
signing
a
Diaz,
reason.
imagine signing Diaz, and all of a sudden you're conceding. Last time they conceded at home was in October. They've conceded 13 goals the whole season. Last year Liverpool conceded way more than that the whole season, and Liverpool had a very good season last year. Umona.
I mean, it was COVID season, but so.
Yeah, it was water break season. But my point is,
Five
for me,
subs.
I feel like Diaz has had a better impact at City, and I also feel like City might win the Champions League. Might.
Okay, fair enough.
I
Should we talk about our club?
yeah.
Kiara, should we talk about our club?
I'm not talking about Liverpool.
Do I have to be here?
Oh.
Kind of good.
All right. Well, Arsenal beat Leeds 4-2. A lot of pundits, like self-proclaimed pundits, like Chiari and Saddam, would have you believe that we would have lost to Leeds, maybe 3-1, 2-1. But you know, Arteta, masterclass, of course. 4-2, man. Aubameyang hat-trick, his first hat-trick ever since joining Arsenal, and apparently the 10th of his career. Saka playing amazing, star boy. You know. Martin Odegaard, we're showing him that he's going to enjoy playing football at Arsenal more than he would going back to Real Madrid. And despite these men scoring 2 goals, I think our centre-backs had a very, very good game.
Good game, conceding 2 goals.
Yeah.
Oh, the standards are below the fucking ground, right?
I mean, it's Leeds, you know. They score goals.
Facts.
They drew with City. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think Gabriel had a good game. Saka had a good game. Impacted the game in several ways, and
Because he's severely talented.
and just seeing his growth and him. The same with like him being able to nail down the same thing we said about Javi Barnes. Him being able to nail a place in that squad. I know he's going to say that there's no competition, but still.
There is competition. There is competition.
No, I said that's what he's going to say.
listen,
He's on the,
listen.
relax. I can say. I know.
And I'm addressing it.
I can even talk on your behalf. I'll finish,
Okay.
and then I'll say what you're going to say.
Okay.
Thanks, because at this
So-
point it's getting predictable.
Yeah. So like his impact on the team is like, and seeing Aubameyang come back, 3 goals, man, love to see it. I love the fact that we started Odegaard and
Emil Smith-Rowe.
Smith-Rowe, same game.
Yeah.
The fluidity.
That was the
3
first game
goals.
Smith Rowe played well for the
You
last.
guys can really try that
2
this
months?
weekend, man.
For the last 3 weekends.
Yeah, try this weekend.
Oh, of course we will, bro. You know, when we have Arteta, these big teams, like, we play with no fear.
Facts.
It's true. That's actually true. It's not even taking the piss. And because we play with no fear, I think you should come back to
You
Arsenal.
guys literally won the FA Cup because of fear.
No, how?
Parked the bus for.
We didn't park the bus. Did you?
180
All our
minutes.
goals were 15 passes plus.
18 pass goals. Man.
Counter attacks. You beat Chelsea.
How is a counter attack 18 passes?
It started from in front of our goal
We're
line.
passing the ball. We're sucker punching City, who think they can press and win the ball. We're out.
18 of those passes are like 10 of those 18 passes are between the keeper and
Yeah,
Gabriel.
right.
Mustafi Gabriel.
Yeah.
Mustafi didn't play, but so.
Some
Gabriel wasn't
defenders
even,
were there.
Gabriel wasn't even
David
there. At the
Luiz,
time, so.
man, still your best. Yeah, he's getting an extension, man. Love that. Love
Okay,
that.
are we going to talk about
Luis,
Saka
Luis.
being overrated?
Oh, yeah.
No, we're not. We're going to talk about how he's very criminally underrated.
Saka's a good player. Saka is a good player. He's not overrated.
He's a good player.
he's not
100, I agree
underrated.
as well.
Yeah.
And
He's not a
I-
world class player.
I don't
but
need
he's
to
a good
know.
player.
Listen,
Nobody suggested he's a world-class player, but
Messi,
he's a generational talent.
Messi.
No. We can't put generational before. That's
Who's generational at Liverpool? Curtis fucking Jones?
generational at Liverpool.
Not Phillips.
But
Trent.
you don't have to have.
Yeah, we
It's
don't
okay,
really
it's
need.
okay.
But
You
Trent
don't
was
have
a
to
generational talent at right back.
You know,
because
you
of-
cannot have, and they
Harvey
can also
Elliott.
not have. It's
Harvey
okay.
Elliott.
Ati Harvey Elliott.
Harvey Elliott is also doing his thing.
Bullshit, bro.
But it's like
Fucking
Yeah, he's
bullshit.
reaching.
no. But Saka is a good player. He's a player who can play for Everton. He's a
Okay,
player
okay.
who can
He's
play
he's a jack of all trade, master of none.
He's a master of right wing now.
Yet.
Master
Yet.
of none.
He's a
Yes.
master of
Facts.
right wing now.
for
Yeah.
facts.
Okay.
Yes.
He doesn't have a position in that team. Like
Yeah.
he has a place in the starting
But
11.
bro,
I don't-
his upturn in form has been when he came back into the team as a right-sided winger. Ever since then, he hasn't played any other position.
my-
The only
to
time,
me-
the only time he went back to left back was when we lost to Aston Villa and Cedric was taken off, and we brought on who do we bring on? Willian.
To me, I haven't seen Willian play right back. So, is Willian? Would you play Willian right back? You haven't. So I don't know.
I wouldn't even play him in this.
You've
position.
played Saka in all those positions. You've played Saka in all those positions. That's why you've seen he's good. Have you played Pepper left back? No, you haven't.
But he's not good there.
No, have you? How do you know?
if I'm to play football with you
Wait,
and we
you
get a
don't
penalty,
know.
I'm not giving you a penalty because I know you can't take penalties.
No, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that
It
way.
does
No,
work
if
that
you're
way.
not
It doesn't
good
work
at
that
something,
way.
if you're not good at, I'm talking about you specifically. Like you can take penalties.
Me?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Okay, nobody's attacking your penalty taking skills, Saddam.
We're talking about Saka, right?
You know, I was just.
Yeah, but anyway.
Bro, you can't deny the impact that Saka had. He's amazing.
He's having a very good season with 2 assists. Fuck me.
And 5 goals.
Although to be fair, there's been that argument. Yeah, he's the best player in a mid-table team, so he might just be the same levels as Ings or someone like that. Guys who
Please,
are
you are
mid-table
disrespecting
players.
Ings.
Yeah,
Absolutely. I
Ings
cannot
is
agree.
also a
No, no,
mid-table
but
striker,
compare-
man. He
compare-
tried it at us. He was dead.
Who starts for England between Mason Greenwood, Phil Foden, and Saka? For two winger positions.
Foden, then Greenwood.
Easy.
That's
Easy.
personally my choice.
If I need a left back, I can use Saka.
Why not Maitland-Niles?
I see you have to bring Saka. Like Saka will go to the Euros because he's that guy. He can play right back, left back.
Yeah.
Centre
I'll
back,
just
central
bring
midfield.
Saka because we might lose a goalkeeper or something. You know, just put
But
him
his
somewhere.
best performances have been from the right wing.
Yeah. What do you mean? What about he was playing on the left? He was a good left back.
He was a
For a
very
very
good
good-
left back. He was also a very good left winger.
Yeah.
And now he's an amazing right winger.
He is
So
average
I
at
feel
all
like
those
that's
positions.
his position now.
We're still looking at it
Wait,
from
how are you saying he was a good left back and then you follow it up 2 seconds later with he was average at all those positions? You know you're contradicting yourself.
By good, I'm comparing it with what options do you have?
Kieran Tierney at left back.
No, he was injured.
Yeah, but he's back.
That's you know.
Tierney's back.
Tierney out. The only option is what?
guys might be
Cedric,
Shit.
Maitland-Niles. Okay, wait, he's gone.
Shit.
No, they're not shit.
Garbage. All those
Even
guys.
Granit Xhaka is a decent left
Even
back.
Pepe.
Yeah,
Even Pepe. The reason why you're playing
Pepe's
him.
never played left back.
No. When you're playing, when you're justifying him playing on the right or on the left, is because Pepe is average, or if not shit.
That doesn't
That's
make
why.
sense. I don't see how that makes sense.
No,
to be
you
fair.
need listen. Change teams, come back,
Pereira. West
Change
Brom,
teams,
West
come
Brom's
back, I never
Pereira.
left.
and then see.
But this guy's the
West
one who
Brom's
left.
Pereira is a talent, yeah.
Yeah.
But we're never gonna sit down and say he's one of the best players, sort of.
That's
I
literally because he's not one of the best
Nah,
players.
just as a talent, he's a talent. But it's because of the level of the team.
Saka
Arsenal is
does
a
not
12th
have.
place,
Saka is not
11th,
talented,
12th.
by the way. Sorry, Saka
He's a
is
hard
just
worker.
he's a hard worker.
Yeah.
He is
Wow.
proper.
Saka's like a Black Fletcher. It's just that he plays on the wing.
Welcome to
Hard
Onetwo
workers,
TV.
Saka.
Welcome to Onetwo TV, where we usually have shit punditry. Hashtag bars. Y'all are shit. Y'all are shit, bro. So Saka's whack high sawa, but Emil Smith Rowe and Odegaard playing with him have helped him play well. And I think that fluidity was really good, especially for guys like Dani Ceballos. The third goal that we scored, Hector Bellerin, we worked the ball from all the way at the back forward. We switched it over to the left inside the box and then moved it all the way to the right inside the box and then banged.
But to be honest, I feel that third goal, yes, like there was
That
all those
was the
passes,
highlight.
but at some point, if you just like pause the game and you're like, what is happening? Like Leeds players were everywhere, and I feel them not having Calvin Phillips for that game, that was a big loss. That's like a major loss for Leeds.
Bellerin just
So
scored.
what? We
Leeds.
missed Thomas
Plus, I was
Partey.
watching.
Oh no,
the
but
tweets.
I'm saying, we still had Xhaka and Ceballos, right? Who have played that role. They played that role before. They've not had. They've had Calvin Phillips the whole season.
I'm not
They're
feeling sorry for Leeds, by the way, because
I'm
these
just
men
saying-
were telling me.
I'm just talking about like some of the defending was a bit. It was way too
but
suspect.
they've lost as many games as they've won. I mean, that's not.
Oh, no,
that's not
but
meant to
this
be
particular
surprised.
time, it was such an Bielsa like. Like
That's-
when Bellerin,
I don't know about you guys, but that's very Bielsa-like.
Very.
No,
Very
when
Bielsa.
Bellerin shot
The
that
3-0
ball,
was
dude,
looking so
there were
Bielsa.
there were 8 defenders in the D, but Bellerin had a clean shot on target.
Dude, did you see that pass to Bellerin? Chobo.
Although I was reading your tweets live, yeah, I was watching the game, reading your tweets. You don't even like Bellerin, so I don't even know.
Yeah, nah, listen. First of all,
I mean, he scored a goal
when,
and
when
then
all our players are fit,
because of his mistake.
when all our players are fit, Bellerin doesn't start for me. It's Cedric. He's just statistically better, stylistically he's also better, and athletically he's also better. Simple as. Anyway, Arsenal are back now. Nah.
Guess I'm
Our
back,
best player is back. Eh?
I mean,
Yeah.
Leeds win the
Oba.
game in hand. You go back to
Okay, yeah.
page 2.
They'll probably lose 5-4, but it's fine.
You called that performance by Arteta a masterclass, and I think Marcelo Bielsa lauds Arteta's potential as a great manager. He says he's seen Arteta do things that have never been done before.
Which
finishing 11th and 10th.
Klopp. Ask Klopp, because he's done a few of those things to Klopp, man.
We played you guys this season, yeah?
We played you.
We beat you
in the
this
Community
season.
Shield. You guys trained for 2 weeks.
Okay, yeah, we
trained for a day.
Did we beat you in the Prem this year?
Yeah, you did.
And
Properly.
we beat you in the Prem last
Properly.
season.
Mind you, we've been dead the whole season.
No, you haven't been dead the whole season.
We
That was
lost
the
to
best performance you guys had the whole season.
Nah.
When you guys played us.
Our best performance was the Tottenham 2-1. that whole...
Yeah, right, because Tottenham takes much to beat them.
That Tottenham took a lot.
That
That was
the last minute
Tottenham,
goal,
yeah.
Oba, hey, you said Oba was shit. Can we address that?
Thank you for watching. Subscribe, please.
Alright, man, listen. That's it from us. Thank you so much for all the interactions, all the engagement online. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave your comments in the section below. Mainly to let me know how shit Chiari is and how crazy Saddam is for thinking the way he does. And bigging up myself and Jane Deggs for sound punditry. Thank you very much. Don't forget to turn on your post notifications, and we'll see you guys next week.